Hey everybody, welcome back. Dangerous Freedom here with our Saturday night forums. Of course, I've got my wonderful co-host here, Moose Man. Many of you know him, most of you love him, and if not, then there's something wrong with you. But
Howdy, howdy.
anyways, yeah, we're here to just kind of go over a few things. I'm a couple of things here and there. I mean, I know there's a lot of things on people's minds right now, but right now I'm personally we basically been celebrating pretty much all week. Of course, my son's birthday was on Wednesday, so we started celebrating on Wednesday, and then Thursday was Thanksgiving. Friday we had a day off, and then Saturday today, it's like day four, and we all forgot that we were supposed to go out to lunch with the family. Like it's 2:45, and I'm just kind of resting, kind of watching TV and stuff. And all of a sudden, my son comes out and he's like, "Oh yeah, Grandma's on the way. We're gonna go up to our favorite restaurant where we always gather." And it's like, oh crap, So I had to throw on my gear and head out. Let me say hello to everybody. See, we got Best Life out here. We got Joe Morgan. Good to see you. What's up, Rainey? What's up, Garrett?
Yeah.
812B, good to see you.
Yep.
Blaine, always a pleasure, my friend. Ronnie Braun, good to see you as well, brother.
And whoever else might be watching.
That's true. Yeah, I know. Right now, there's a ton of streams going on, but you know what? All the cool people come here. So, anyways, had a pretty good Thanksgiving. Basically, I hung out with all my close family and had a good time. So, that's what counts, right? Family. AC, Lenny,
Yep. Red and I hung out together and had a
what's up,
good
Lucy?
meal, so that's what was important.
Yep. If that's the only close family you got, then you take what you can get. You know what I mean?
Well, that's it. Everybody else
See,
is in Florida or dead, so I ain't going to Florida.
hey, Tom. By the
Hey,
way, Tom, you may want to check your.
Tom from West by
Wonderful.
God, Virginia. I don't know if I told
Yeah,
Tom I used to live in Canoa City, just out of
check
Charleston.
your
I lived in
email, Tom.
Canoa City and used to travel up. I knew all the Stolls up at Stollville, up near Drunkard's Roost. And but I haven't been back to West Virginia in many years.
Hey, Mayor. Anybody getting any snow yet? No, and I won't. That's one thing. We moved to an area that does not get snow. We can go visit snow, but we don't actually get like 6 inches. We don't even get 3 inches. I think the most we ever got one time was it was like really, really slushy rain, by the time it got to the ground. And I mean, you could kind of make a snowball out of it, kind of, but it was just sopping wet, just mush.
I guess the UK got snow over around Scotland and Britain. They got
Mm,
snow.
good.
Talking to some friends over there. Ohio got hit a little. I think New York
And
got a
did you
little
all,
bit.
I mean, I don't know how many of you all, I know a lot of the people here are Second Amendment supporters and stuff like that. But did you all Get and man, the GOA got a lot of black blowback from this. They sent out a letter to all their members.
I didn't
Now
get
I
that
don't
one.
know if you didn't get that one. I'll tell
Uh,
you what, a lot of people did, and there were a lot of 2A channels going like, "Wow, really, really, you're going down this road?" I mean, I understand the importance of having a registry. I mean, the importance against having a registry because then they know where a lot of the guns are. But it leads to confiscation. We all know that. But this was premature, to say the least. They're trying to, but Congress keeps shutting them down. So Congress and the Senate both. But
well, there's laws on the book saying it's against the law to have a registry, yet I know they have a partial registry.
yep,
I know for a fact they do. So,
yep. If you're an FFL, damn well indeed they do. They come in every year and go through your books, and they could be taking pictures of every page and every gun, whatever. You
that's
know,
that's the whole reason for this new Form 4473. It's one page instead of two or three
yeah,
pages. So all they got to do is
yeah.
pull out that 4473 and take a camera shot of it, and they've got everything right now. Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't trust it. And now they're talking about trying to keep the records from all FFLs indefinitely, which is just absolute crap.
Yep.
You know, I like I said, I mean the chances of that passing are slim to none. But the way these people keep pushing, you never freaking know, man.
Yep.
Hey, what's up, Huckleberry? Good to see
Now
you,
here's the
brother.
thing: I haven't been able to find out if you're an FFL and you burn all your 4473 forms when you go out of business and turn your license in. What can they do to you? There's no penalty.
I don't know. Hey, man, the store caught fire.
Yep. I know in
I think,
Alaska. I know in Alaska at
that
Great
whole
Northern Guns, they tried to take his bound book to ATF headquarters. And he told them, he stood up right to them with a gun and told them, "You're not taking my bound volume. That bound volume does not belong to you. That bound volume belongs to me. You are not going to do it." And they threatened all kind of action. And he told them, "You can threaten me all you want. I know the law, and I have a good attorney who happens to be also a candidate for governor of this state. So let me get on the phone and call him." Oh boy, did the sparks fly! But they never did get his. They never did get his book.
good.
So it happens.
And actually, it kind of brings me up to another point. Something that the GOA just sent out. Um, some of the pro gun things that have happened this year was enacting concealed carry in 5 states, which is that's good. I mean, we're up to what 23, 24 now.
Yep.
We're getting right up there. Another one was 2A sanctuaries in almost 10 states, you know, where the sheriffs are like, well, you can't send your illegals here, but our people are allowed to walk around with their gun rights. So
Oh,
that was a good one.
Garrett's talking sports. What are you, an athletic supporter?
I don't know.
A
I'm
jock strap there, Garrett.
surprised he hasn't mentioned harp yet.
He has. He already did.
Mm,
At the beginning, he calls me Heartman. Meow, 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 meow.
they just track your credit cards anyway. Well, the only time, I mean, when I go into my local gun stores, I usually pay cash. I mean, usually they'll give it to you a little bit cheaper. I know my smoke shop does. You pay cash, man. They like the cash, but then again, if you go in and use your credit card, yeah, they can track everything. Hey, Sharon Mercier. Welcome, Tom.
Gentlemen, thank you. How you doing this evening?
Hey, Tom. Good to see you.
Not doing too bad, brother.
Good to hear. You caught me fighting to stay awake, man. I had to go splash some water on my face and make myself pretty for you. You know what I mean?
No, thank you.
I don't
Yeah,
wake
we don't. We don't want to scare off the crowd.
I don't wake
Yeah,
up
but
this pretty, man. It takes work.
yeah. So, Tom, you don't know where Canoa City is?
No, Canal City?
Canoa City, yeah, just south of Charleston.
I've never been.
Big Libby Owens Ford glass plant is there. I
Okay.
lived there. I lived there and went to Horace Mann Junior High School there.
Ah,
And then I knew all the Stoll family that lives up at, they call it Drunkard's Roost, but it's called Buzzard's Roost, West Virginia, and Stollville up in the mountains. And but yeah, it's over more by the Charleston area is where I hung out, and uh, St. Albans.
St. Albans, I've heard of. I,
Yeah,
I think I've been to Charleston one time. I had to go down there to take a test, the contractor's license test. Um, Charleston is not that far away. It's just a half day drive. You know what I mean? With
yeah,
the mountains and all.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I was about, no, I think I was like maybe a half mile from the Canoa River.
Okay. All right.
53rd Street Southeast is where I live in Canoa City, Charleston, West Virginia. Yeah.
So your address was Charleston then. You were like South Charleston?
Yeah, Canoa City is a suburb of Charleston. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, once you cross the bridge, I think it was, you was in the big city, basically.
Right. All right.
Hmm. Pretty cold out there, huh?
It's not bad today. It's
It's been
29.
gorgeous here in the 60s and in the mid 60s here, below the mid 60s. Been nice, deer all over the yard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got deer all over my yard too. One of them was limping the other day. I guess somebody missed a shot.
Hmm.
He'll either heal or not.
I try and look real close at one that's limping and make sure if his leg or something's infected, I'll go ahead and remove them from the herd. Because they're going to die a horrible death anyway. If you don't, they're not going to be able to run from a predator.
Right. I was, to put it delicately, upstairs looking out a window. I couldn't get to him. He came in, and a couple others came in, and they all three left. So I don't really know how bad he's hurt.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, back to um, some of the top victories. We had court victories on the bump stock and concealed carry. So that was good. We defeated Chipman as the ATF director. Thank God. What what a miserable little turd he was.
He's still in the
Yeah,
shadows.
yeah, he's gonna be in the shadow, but better to have him in the shadows than directly out front. And then finally, stalling red flags and gun confiscation in Congress. So that was 5 victories for our Second Amendment. Hopefully, we keep stalling them. And I have a feeling with all these states that are standing up against this administration, I think we're going to see more and more of this trend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And then we see, with Kyle Rittenhouse being found not
Not
guilty
guilty.
by reason of self-defense. Then we
Oh,
also had that other black gentleman that shot those police officers not guilty by self-defense. Um, and then the guilty verdict for the murder of Aubrey in
yep.
in Georgia. I mean, that's the difference. You don't just shoot an unarmed man when you're sitting there holding him at gunpoint. I'm sorry, that's
No, no.
you
Yeah,
know,
and they had so many
with
charges.
no
They had
evidence they could have.
kidnapping,
Yeah,
multiple counts of murder.
they could have called the sheriff and had him arrested or whatever, investigated and held him.
Those guys
It
got
just makes
stupid, man.
so they'll get what
Yeah,
they
did.
deserve.
Yep.
We are
And
about
it
justice
looks
here.
like they're. I mean, the one guy that was like recording the whole thing, I guess he's gonna try for a separate trial from the other two and hope that maybe he's not found guilty on so many charges like he was. I don't know how that whole thing plays out. Like I said, I'm not an attorney. I've never pretended to be one. But yeah, but the other two, the dad that was driving, the son with the shotgun, and then he gets up there and boo-hoos, is like, I thought he was gonna kill me. It's like, dude, you were the one holding the gun on him. What in the hell? You know.
Yeah.
Hey Daniel, good to see you, brother.
Ron, that third guy's already been convicted with him, hadn't he?
They got all three of them. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, all three of
They
them.
found the one guy not guilty on a couple of charges and then guilty on the rest of the charges,
Right.
which I couldn't figure out. They had like 5 or 7 murder counts on each one, but they
Yeah.
only killed one guy. I don't know how Georgia law works for that, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
weird.
yeah. That's what I was wondering. It's like, how many counts of murder can you really throw? I mean, man, like I
Yeah,
said,
they
I,
at least
I don't
throw
know.
at him. But see, the murder with malice kind of guaranteed the lesser charges were going to get found too.
Well, they weren't
Yeah.
lesser charges though. They were like 5 counts of murder,
Yeah.
just for
Well,
the one
I mean,
guy, and 7 counts.
right.
Yeah,
Other categories,
just
lesser categories.
they only committed one murder. I didn't know they killed 5 or 6 people.
What's up, Pablo? Good to see you, man. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, Pablo.
But you see, where justice is not done is all these people sitting in the D.C. jail from January 6th
Yep.
Right.
for the crime of trespassing. That's got to get cleaned up, and it needs to be cleaned up soon.
Yeah, it does. It's absolutely ridiculous. You might as well flown them out to Guantanamo and just left them.
Yeah, there's a new movie out about that, and I saw part of it, and that was no insurrection. It was people demanding justice and a legal vote. And that's
Yep.
they say there was no arms. Nobody was armed except the cops.
Yep.
So,
Well, it's political. I mean, it's
yeah.
the shit
Of
they did
course
in
it is.
Russia in the
Well,
1960s.
but no, we all get that. Yeah, they're all political prisoners at this point, and it's obvious too.
Yeah.
And they're neglected as well.
It's funny. Way back before January 6th, I told Hippies for Trump. He was talking about going to D.C. on January 6th. I told him, man, please don't go. Stay away. There is something afoul. The chatter on the chatter that I was getting intel wise that there
Yep.
was something big coming up and going to happen or whatever. And I told him, stay away. You've got a wife and children to worry about. You don't need to be in Washington D.C. Well, he went anyway, but he didn't go over near the Capitol, and he's glad now that he didn't. He stayed over more with the Trump stage or whatever, wherever that was, away from the Capitol, where all them people was. But I called it. I mean, like I said, I had intelligence that something was amiss, and now we're finding out more and more it was all a bunch was staged by the FBI
Yeah.
and under Democrat control.
Yep.
So it's bullshit.
Moose, I got to confess, man, I wanted to go down there, and my wife and son wouldn't let me.
Good.
They put the quiet on that trip real quick.
Yeah.
Defund Democrats, defund the mainstream media, more like it. Yeah, Luciano,
They're all in bed together.
I
They're
know
all
what
in
you're
bed
talking
together.
about. Yeah, it's like when the whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing first came out. It was before the election, and they asked Biden about it, and he's all like, "Well, all I know is he's from an Illinois militant group, and part of a white supremacist group, and I mean, just defamed him right there, and it's like." I really, oh, man, I hope Kyle walks away from this a multimillionaire, man. That's all I can say. He freaking deserves it.
He should.
And
At the
that
very least, he'll be set for life.
That
Yeah.
Waukesha terrorist deleted all of his Black Lives Matter rantings on all his social media were sanitized by somebody. I don't know if
Yeah.
it was
Oh, yeah. It's by our
Facebook and
government.
Twitter and all, but somebody sanitized all his BLM rantings, and it was a terrorist attack. Mate, we're
Oh,
not
yeah.
stupid.
No doubt.
Nope.
MSM can claim what they want. He could have blown the horn. He didn't blow the horn. He didn't blow the horn to get people out of his way if he was in such a goddamn hurry to escape. So don't
He
tell
didn't
me
even
that. If
try
you
and
didn't
hit the
blow the
brakes.
horn to warn people, you just run right the hell over them. That's a terrorist attack. And MSM, you ought to know that. Just
Hey,
quit being
Vanessa.
stupid. Yeah,
They do
these
know it.
same
They
stupid
think we're stupid.
narratives, we're on to you.
Like I said, we got more and more people waking up. Everybody in the chat here, everybody on the panel. I mean, we see through their lies. It would be nicer if I could get more people on here, but I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I'd be lucky to get 20 or 25 on this one. Where my After Dark channel, I'll get 60 to 80, maybe even over 100 once in a blue moon. But
you're showing actually thousands of views, though.
I still get the views. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they sent Kyle 22 pages of messages from us Gun Owners of America members
Oh, is that right?
congratulating him and that. Yeah, 22 pages of emails and stuff that we sent to Kyle. And they're making a special Kyle serial number 1 Kyle self defense AR-15
Cool.
commemorative rifle just for him, and they're only making the one rifle. So,
Who's doing this?
One of the
GOA?
companies for Gun Owners of America.
Wonder if
that was a topic. That was the topic that we brought up on one of the After Darks. Was I mean, he used this weapon to save his life, but at the same time, he had to take life. So I mean, I could understand either way whether he wants the rifle back or not. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, hey man, this gun saved my life, and I mean, the way I look at it is, you could buy a nice little nice little stock to put above your mantle on your fireplace, and just keep it up there. And then when one day when your grandkids are over there, be like, Grandpa, why do you always keep that gun up there? It's like, well, let me tell you the story behind that rifle there. But then again, maybe Kyle's gonna be like, you know what, I had to kill people with that. So
he may not want anything ever to do with another weapon again.
he may not.
It may hit him just like that. Killing a man ain't all it's cracked up to be.
It's a hell of a thing. You take how Clint Eastwood put it. You take everything that they have or anything that they would have.
Yeah.
be a family heirloom. Yeah, Pablo, I think I would too. I would still want the rifle back after everything was said and done. And whatever you did with that after that, maybe make it I mean, why would you make it not operable? It's kind of a dumb thing to me, but I mean, it's got sentimental value, dude. Like he really could have died that night. Like very literally could have died that night. I'm just glad that 12 people in the jury saw it the same way that we all did.
The sad part about it is there's so many crazies in this world. He may need that rifle again to defend himself again.
That's a sad
Amen.
fact. Yeah.
And I know he was talking about coming down to ASU University. And I mean, granted, we're pretty conservative down here in Arizona. But ASU is still kind of one of them, it's kind of wishy-washy.
All
Probably you
universities
don't know
are.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because universities are filled with liberal teachers
Yeah.
radicalizing students.
I'd say he'll probably lay low for a couple of years, keep his head down.
Oh,
What that is.
are you? Where in the hell is that static coming from? All right, there
You
we
can
go.
get an online education too if need be.
Yeah.
You should wallet carry that.
So did anybody get any Black Friday deals on gun stuff or anything? Or
Hey man, I saved 100% on everything. I stayed my ass at home.
Yeah, that's where I was at too. It's like, why do I want to go out into a crowd?
No.
I did go when I took Red to the VA hospital on Friday. We stopped by the surplus store and they had some fresh gunpowder in, so I did pick up 2 pounds of fresh gunpowder
All right.
while it's available. So
No, I went to the chicken house, had a very nice visit out there, and that's as far as I went today. Or yesterday.
to the chicken house, huh?
Mhm.
There's a joke in there somewhere. But
No,
I'm
sir.
not going there.
It's a literal, actual chicken house.
I was going to say there's a joke in there somewhere. I'm not going there tonight.
You're not gonna drop that one on the floor, are you? Luciano. Oh yeah, Mayor. Absolutely, yeah. He's going through counseling, and I mean, when you watch Kyle up on the witness stand compared to that Gage douchebag, uh, I mean, you could see he was genuinely, truly upset by everything he had to do that night.
He did a good interview though with Tucker
Tucker,
Carlson. Yeah,
I haven't got to
he
see it yet.
he
I've
was
seen bits and pieces.
he was how can I say this? He was confident.
Yep.
He wasn't like all wigged out or anything else. He was confident. He's gonna be all right.
Yeah, I think he will too. And give it several years, and things will blow over. A lot of people will forget about the situation at all. You know, but like honestly, if he did come down to ASU, I'd find out where he's at, and I'd go up and shake his hand, and I don't know, that kind of stuff. It's a hell of a thing for a 17-year-old to go through. But then again, how many times have we done it in the military?
Yeah.
Send over 17-year-olds to go out and kill foreigners. You know, in this case, it wasn't foreigners, but man, every single one of them had a freaking a rap sheet over a page long. You know, so it's not like he was out there killing the good people. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So
Yeah, the targets did seem to be worthy of putting down.
yeah, most of them probably shouldn't have even been on the streets.
They shouldn't have been.
Trampled 3 grandmas for a TV yesterday. I've got a TV. I don't need another one.
I'm curious. I'm not out and about to the big stores, but I'm not noticing bare shelves anywhere. Is anybody, you guys, anybody in the chat?
Not so much.
Yeah. What's the deal with that?
I don't know.
Is that me? Let me use my mic.
I don't know who that is.
Nah, it ain't me.
Oh, that's Moose. Getting some static. Getting some static in.
Maybe.
Yeah, you're getting static.
I wonder where I'm getting static from. There's nothing running except my computer fan.
We'll try that. Give him a minute. I don't know. It was clear at first, and then all of a sudden it started to go to static, and then it kind of comes and goes. Still a lot of static.
Quiet here.
That's weird. I don't understand that. Maybe it's no. I don't know. All right, Moose. I'm gonna mute you. Just
Okay.
unmute when you want to talk. Okay.
I can mute.
Yeah, that static's. I don't know what the fuck that is. That's weird. Usually it comes through totally clear.
Let me restart. I'll redo StreamYard and try to come up again.
Okay,
All right.
that sounds like a plan.
You couldn't figure out what was wrong, huh?
No, it was weird. I mean, like I said, most afternoons or most of the time, he's totally clear. I guess it's just it's
Hey,
weird.
man, do you like the Beatles?
The Beatles. You mean the band?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like some of their songs.
I tell you what, man, I just finished the most awesome documentary. It was just released 3 days ago. It's 8 hours long, but it's a documentary about the making the Let It Be album, and it's I can't recommend it enough, man. It was just fascinating. I didn't realize how much work was involved in being a musician.
Oh man, I'm surprised he didn't do one on the White Album.
What's my noise level like now?
Hey, man, I'll be right back. I just got a report that the washing machine isn't working, so I got to dust off some old skills. I'll be right back.
All right, brother.
Go fire it. Go fire it if it's not doing its job, huh?
All right, you seem to be a little bit clearer now.
Unless it's my internet causing it. There's nothing here running. Not even the furnace is not even running.
I have no idea what could be creating that. All right.
She's had that damn thing 35 years and don't know how to turn it on.
Damn.
Hey, I'm good, man.
Went over there, flipped the switch, said, "Hey, look at it. It runs just fine."
Pulled the dial out and gave it a slight little bump, and there you go. Now, I would have charged somebody $45 for that back in the day.
Oh.
That's why I love being self-employed. I'm sure your son's done that, billed somebody for flipping a breaker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man, he's told me all kinds of wild stories out there doing installs, and the wife will come home or whatever, and she'll go out and she'll start sunbathing right out there by her pool.
Oh, yeah.
And all these guys are working on her roof, on her AC, and it's like, hey, just go topless, and it's like, wow, cool. I was like, dude, that's some of the perks to being in HVAC. You get
Yep.
to see stuff like that.
Yeah, interesting times.
Well, thank you, Nikki. I appreciate that. I'm sorry you had to dash out so quickly, but every little bit of support helps. It does. Unknown challenger.
Haven't seen that for a long time. Married with children.
Oh man, yeah, that was classic.
Yeah, Christine Applegate used to be a hottie.
Used to be, and she still.
No,
She kind of let herself go.
yeah.
I haven't seen a picture of her for a long time, but
Oh man, did y'all hear about what Alec Baldwin freaking said?
no.
Colion Noir put out a video on it today. Apparently, he wants police on all sets that have firearms involved, and he wants to be the police to do the gun check.
Oh,
And
wow.
I know, and it's like it's just another way of trying to relieve blame from himself for being a fucking idiot with a firearm. But he's not going back against the armorer that they had on that set. The one that's supposed to know how to do it.
Hey, Alex, a word of caution. Cops are not firearms experts. They may know how to shoot a pistol and not very good at that. I was a police officer. I was also the armorer for the local police department. And I've been a master gunsmith for over 40 years. Cops are not your experts, dude. Buy a clue. Jeez.
I don't know, Raymond. Who knows? Maybe in the trial the truth will come out. But then again, we'll see. I mean, we saw what happened in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. The prosecution tried to hide evidence and totally slander everything that happened. So, was that really a fair trial? The only thing that was fair was the jury saw through the prosecution's bullshit. That was the only thing fair about that one. And the defense, to be honest, damn, getting more static. Shit. What the fuck? At least the defense, granted, they weren't objecting as much as I would have been. But at the same time, at least when they got the witnesses on the prosecution stand, he was able to make the claim, hey, look, when you ran into Kyle before all this happened, right? And a lot of them were like, yeah. And it's like, well, did he seem threatening? And they're like, no, he wasn't threatening at all. Even with an AR-15 strapped to him and an ERT bag, nobody was like, no, he was out there yelling, cussing, saying, stay off this property or I'll shoot you. Nothing like that. He's trying to be like, hey, do you need water? Do you need medical? Can I help? How can I help? And I mean, yeah, that persecution went to shit really quick. Thank God. What's up, Ricardo? Good to see you, brother.
Hey, Ricardo.
All right, hold on. Moose is trying to talk here. Let me unmute. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Moose.
Oh, you had me muted. I couldn't tell. Okay, I was going to say good day, mate. Good to see you, mate. Hope things are going good down under, and have some shrimp on the bobby, mate. And have your Vegemite and a cold one to bend your elbow with.
Oh man, no Vegemite. No, thank you.
I like my Vegemite. Can't find it around here. It's actually very healthy for you. If you ever notice, Australian women have real rosy red cheeks because of the vitamin E in it.
You can order it on Amazon, Moose. It's not that expensive.
Yeah. They always want me to order $50 worth to get free shipping.
Oh,
No, thank you. I think I'll pass.
And if Alec Baldwin had had one NRA safety course, that accident may have never happened.
Well, from what I understand, these actors that have to train with guns and stuff like that, like Keanu Reeves and stuff like that, they're taught the basic safety rules, and he was like, screw it, I'm gonna trust everybody else, and nobody followed any of the fucking rules, and two people one got dead and one got shot, so.
Yeah. Okay, Ricardo.
But Alec Baldwin is 100% accountable on that one, and I hope they don't just poo-poo it in the courts and be like, he threw $5 million at the courts, and they just like, okay, we'll let you pass. No, that's not good enough, dude. Everybody needs accountability. I don't care if you're a celebrity, a politician, congressman, anything. It's got to be a one-tier justice system, and that's where our government especially our current government is just failing. It's all two-tiered. I mean, you can plow through a field of you know all these people out there celebrating a Christmas parade, and Biden's going to come out and says, well, I don't know, it might have been an accident. But yet, as soon as Kyle Rittenhouse is reported on, he's like, oh, well, yeah, he was a militant from
white
Illinois,
supremacy.
wanted to go out there and kill people. I mean, basically making him, Biden, that son of a bitch, I hope he gets bankrupted.
he's got such a steady income coming from China, man. That's never going to happen.
It's another thing. All these people rely on using firearms in their movies, to make a fairly decent action movie. Yet none of them know the first thing about firearms.
Right.
So, Mayor. Hey, what's up, Aaron? Good to see you. Patrick Lee. Hope Florida's treating you well there, brother. What's
Hey,
up, Jet?
Jet, good to see you.
What's up, Patriot? I know it's been kind of a slow news week, which I mean, not necessarily a bad thing. What they we used to always say, no news is good news. So
Snow, cold, and turkey. Yeah.
we'll have to make up our own news. I got to be careful about what I say on this platform, though. So my son just turned 17 back on Wednesday, like I said, and it was kind of weird. It was late at night, almost coming up on Thanksgiving, and we had a bonding moment, all three of us. And so now it's like me and my kids are actually closer because we were able to cut out some of the secrets. You know what I mean? And it's like, we can't, don't hide shit, man. I mean, at least not from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can understand about grandma and grandpa and stuff like that, but it's like, dude, you live under my roof. There's no such thing as secrets here.
You should be a team.
Right.
Exactly, and we're becoming that more and more actually after that night. Like today when we were out there, because my son, he got one of those oil pens, um, and so I found out that he's smoking now,
Oh,
and so at our dinner tonight, him and his older brother walked out, and I was like, well, shit, I better go out there too. That way I can light up a cigarette and at least cover up some of the smoke coming out. You know, when I was walking up to you too, yeah, I could see it pretty clearly. I don't know if they could from inside, because a lot of them have bad eyes, but no, yeah, I mean, like I said, at least I was out there with you. We're part of a team now, right? And what is that? No I in team, right? Yeah, just stay away from my
Me,
water
you
pipe.
can make it say eat me.
Dangers have I been removed? No, not that I can see. Oh, no, I see it. Yeah, why aren't you blue? There you go. No, that's a moderator thing. See, normally when I'm on here, I'm watching the StreamYard chat. Um, and if somebody pops up over on the YouTube, I can't see if you've got a wrench or not, but you do now. But absolutely not,
Yeah,
Ricardo. I wouldn't move you, brother.
yep. Yeah, I see Ricardo in the YouTube chat just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet me and Ricardo could sit around and eat a bunch of yabbies and muddies and have a good old time.
Patrick Lee. Just because we've got one Australian in here, do you think he hasn't heard all of the same shit? Good day, mate. That's not a knife.
I still
Yeah,
live.
Aaron. Unfortunately, yeah, I've got a buddy of mine that's up in Buffalo, and yeah, they are doubling down on their Gestapo tactics. It's absolute crap. I don't know. I mean, what's next? Are you going to get all the citizens of New York out there on the streets like they are in Australia? I mean, you're seeing tens of thousands on the streets in Australia, marching against all these stupid mandates and crap.
Oh, all over the world, Matt. Europe, all over Europe. Why aren't we doing that here?
They just locked Austria down. Austria is in full lockdown, and those people aren't complaining.
They're not having it. No.
No, they're not. They're not. They're complying.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I guess they think they can comply their way into freedom.
Well,
You want to come in the chat, Ricardo? All right. The only thing I ask is, remember, this is my monetized channel, so we can't be as brazen as we are in the After Dark. Kind of got to watch our P's and Q's over here, kind of watch our language, and I mean, everything, man. You'd be surprised the hoops that YouTube wants you to jump through just to try and get monetized. It's absolutely ridiculous. But I will go ahead and I will post this link out here, and that goes for everybody. If you want to come in here, do not get offensive. Just kind of watch what you say. If you have a negative remark against a certain administration or whatever, let's try and
use Zach sign language. Use Zach sign language.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. We'll just use sign language. No, hey, Aaron, no. Do not go full Carlin. Although he was an extremely smart and very funny comedian, and very on point. Hey, what's up, Rick?
Bruce, how you going? How's everyone? Tom?
Hey, Ricardo.
Hey, mate.
Good to see you,
How's
man.
things, mate? All good?
Good to see you.
Hey, Jeremy. Still at work.
How's everyone?
So far, so good.
So good, yeah.
Fine as frog hair here.
I thought I'd come on and let you know what happened here yesterday. So we had Melbourne City had huge demonstrations. So yeah, there was a couple 100,000 on the streets. So yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. So every weekend so far for the last 3-4 weeks, we've been having huge numbers come out against the mandates and stuff. So which is good.
Is anybody?
Is your government starting to listen yet, though, or are they just like?
Yeah, they are. they realise that people have had enough, and the rule, the lot, what they're trying to implement, people aren't buying it anymore. So because it's affecting all small businesses and that, and people in general, we can't. Yeah, it's just really tough
Mhm.
times. So yeah.
When's your
Hey.
next election down there, Ricardo?
Sorry, Tom.
When's your next election?
Next year in November. I think you
22.
guys. Yeah, November's the main one, the state one, and then federal. The big one's next after that one as well. So yeah, we've got 2 coming up. Problem is, we don't have a very good opposition. That's the problem. They're all when they get into power, it's all about themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
that's the problem. When you mix with business and politicians, it never mixes together, doesn't it?
No, it never does. I mean, trust me, we see the same damn thing here.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a matter of forcing them
Yeah.
one way or another. Either force them to abide by our rule, you know, be
Yeah.
the people, or get the hell out,
Yeah.
or we'll force your ass out. You know.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on in the world, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting to be a shit show.
yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
hey
out in
Rick, my
Europe.
other buddy down in Australia is his name is Mike Barber. He runs Slack Creek Carburetors in Waterford, QLD, Australia.
In Queensland. Okay, yeah. Beautiful part of
Queensland,
Australia.
yeah. Mike Barber, he's Slack Creek Carburetors. He's countrywide known for repairing carburetors from everything from antique motor vehicles to race cars to whatever. But he's a good friend
Big
of mine, and I
Chevys.
haven't heard him from him in a while. But he's also a pistol shooter.
Okay. So does he do big Chevs, 454 blocks, 427s, 350 Chevy blocks, stuff like that, carburetors, pretty much? Holy carburetors?
Yeah, he does everything from the antique American cars to your Australian and Japanese vehicles,
Yeah.
whatever. He's a complete carburetor repair shop, been in business for many years.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
us
He used to
Aussies, we
come in
love
my
our
gun
big,
room
big
and my
Chevys.
I
We
missed
don't want the
that.
big Chevy blocks. We love the old Chevy 55s and 57s and the Blairs and that. So there's a lot of people that do restorations.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he rebuilds the carburetors for them and for anything that's got a carburetor on it. He can work on it, rebuild it, repair it. He's got a full shop, machine shop and all. But he used to come on my gun forum and in my chat, but I haven't heard from him for a while since all these lockdowns and stuff. And
And
he
how's
also
that going?
builds reloading equipment.
Are you having much lockdowns there now, or is it just only in certain states, or?
Nothing really that I know of.
Yeah.
I heard that Pelosi's going over to Florida. Is that true? She's bought a house over in Florida.
I don't know if that's true
Yeah.
or not. Is it confirmed
She,
it's true?
Why?
From what I understand, yeah, she bought a mansion down there in the Bay Area
Right.
of Florida.
I knew there was a lot of talk, but I didn't know if it was really true.
So why she just?
I mean that's the word. That's the scuttlebutt.
Yeah.
So she destroys one place, but she goes to the other place.
Yep.
Exactly.
That doesn't make sense. Eh?
That's what happens when you shit in your nest, man. You got to go find another one. You know?
Yep.
Yeah. It was like when this all first started. Everyone was buying toilet paper, and I was saying to my friends, I said, "How does it work? Everyone's buying toilet paper. I didn't realize that people could shit so much." True. Fighting over toilet paper.
What were they doing with it? Well, some were holding it to sell.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just amazing how people can be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, Now, granted, I don't like hoard up on toilet paper. I don't have like, 50 cases of toilet paper, but I always keep at least 2 or 3 on hand. But
Yeah,
with
same.
with 3 men, you'd be surprised. A roll of toilet paper lasts a lot longer than if you had 3 women. So
No
it's like
kidding.
maybe I'll bust one out a week is about it.
Yeah.
And when that starts to get low, I'll go and buy another one, and I've still got one whole case at least stored.
Unopened. Yeah.
But yeah,
What about back in the old days? My grandfather used to tell me they used to use grass and stuff, dry grass, to wipe themselves, and then they had toilet paper back in Europe.
We
So
use the Sears Roebuck catalog.
There's catalogs.
It had
That's
nice
what I was
soft
going to say.
paper.
just take
That's
any
what was in the
regular
outhouse.
newspaper,
yeah, well, that's it. So
or
So that
if you want to make it even easier, if you've got a stream close by, just go in and dip your ass in there and clean
Dunk it.
yourself off, and then boom, you're good to go, man.
Naturally,
You got a half a bath and everything's all clean down there. So
yeah, it's true. It's true.
You do that in Alaska, you do it quick.
oh
no
yeah.
doubt.
Yep.
Oh dear. So you've enjoyed your Thanksgiving?
Hmm.
You had a good Thanksgiving? That's good.
Yeah, it was quiet here.
Spent it with family. Tom did too, didn't you?
No, it was just me and the wife.
Okay.
At my age, I don't need a lot of excitement, right?
Yeah, just it's a bit crazy at the moment with people out in the roads here because obviously the lockdowns have been lifted for a number of weeks and everybody's shopping and the shopping centers are packed as, but just people going crazy. So especially Black Friday and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, I
we
asked
didn't
them
even
earlier.
go.
I'll ask you. How about the situation with supply of products down there? Are you all empty shelves?
Tom, to be honest with you, there's
Really?
some products are short on the shelves, but our shelves are pretty stocked up at the supermarkets. We're finding that things are getting more expensive.
Oh yeah.
Fruit and veg has gone up a lot. Meat, poultry, yeah, it's starting to go up, and we don't understand that because we've got a lot of poultry and beef here.
Yeah.
So just doesn't make sense. I think they're all just profiteering off this so-called shortage.
Yep.
They're saying so, and look, I'm hearing over.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I get exactly what you're talking about. Like we've got farms and
You got
and all kinds of shit. I mean, within 30, 40 miles. So I mean, even if we're not talking about having to unload it off of a container ship, it's just a matter of throwing, putting the cows on there or putting the meat on there or whatever, and sending it out to local grocery stores. So.
Do you believe that you've got a shortage? Because I believe that you've got an abundance. I reckon you guys would have a lot of stuff. It's just that they're doing this on purpose.
I think you're right.
No, yeah, they have. They absolutely have.
Manufactured.
Yeah.
Our milk prices have gone up, even though the cows aren't charging more to the farmers for their milk. You know what I mean?
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it'd be like, hey, no. No more of this, a bale of hay a day. No, I want $10 and a bale of hay. Or give me my $15 an hour.
It is ridiculous.
$15 an hour now. Yeah.
No, but we've got a lot of fish, a lot of beef, a lot of poultry. So yeah. Just things are expensive. Gasoline is expensive. Everything's gone up. So
it's stupid. Yeah.
What's up, Eric?
I mean, we pay $2 a liter. You guys, how many gallons you paying? But you're paying double. We're paying double as well.
Yeah, it's just about double. I saw today the gas prices. Oh shit, where'd Moose go? Yeah, we're at like $3.77 a gallon out here where I'm at. So
Where to go back down some for you?
Yeah. Ever since Biden put out that 50 million extra
Oh
gallon
boy,
barrels, whatever.
I'm
Yeah,
just
it went down. It went down about 6 cents. But you know what? After that, it's just gonna go back right back up. So
Yeah, that didn't make sense. Like 50 million barrels would last America 3 days or 4 days, wouldn't it?
two,
not even three, 2.5.
two, yeah,
That just
two and a
doesn't make
half.
sense.
And I heard some of that 50 million went to foreign countries.
Mm,
Did you hear that?
Yeah,
I didn't hear that, but
So
I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah,
yeah, because you guys had your own. What do you call it? You were energy sufficient, basically. You didn't have to rely on no other country
oh,
for.
complete. We were
Oh
actually
no, we
wrong.
have we've got
Yeah,
reserves and everything. We got pipelines,
yeah,
but once this administration got in, the first thing they did, cut down the pipelines, killed over 10,000 jobs,
yeah,
and cut off our oil consumption or oil.
yeah. What about
You know,
gas? Do you guys have a lot of like gas? Because like we've got a lot of reserves of gas here in Australia for the next 200
Natural
years.
gas. Yeah,
Natural gas, yeah,
oh,
yeah,
natural gas.
yeah,
I don't know. Tom might.
we
Tom will
do,
probably know more about that.
yeah,
especially out here on the East Coast. All that shale.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's
there was
just
a gas well less than a mile down the road from me. It was up for a couple of years. Now I don't know whether they capped it just to save what's left down in there or what, but they don't work it anymore.
yeah. Even like barbecue gas, for
Propane.
our barbecues, even that's all gone up in price. But it
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
make sense. Doesn't make sense why? Because we've got so much of it here, abundance of it. These profiteering out of it's all gone to the government in taxes.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what
Make our
about
money
alcohol?
worth
Alcohol?
less, make us more
So,
dependent on the government. You know.
yeah, it's true, Tom.
What were
That's.
you getting ready to say?
I was going to say, what about alcohol and stuff? Has that gone up in prices over there? Price of alcohol, spirits,
I
Not
don't
yet.
know.
holy
I
water,
mean,
moonshine.
I think over all of this, I think I used to pay like 6.98 for a 30 pack, and now it's
Yeah.
up to like 17.78, something like that. Not quite a dollar
Oh,
more, but
Wow.
so I mean, yeah, as far as like the alcohol, drinkable alcohol and stuff like that,
yeah.
yeah, we haven't seen much of a change in that. But then again, yeah, it's still early.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Be interesting.
But a lot of this stuff, especially if it's American made, you don't have to worry about transporting it over from China or whatever country.
Yeah,
Um, a lot of those prices stay down. Now the meat has gone up on some items like the bacon. Man, it's almost doubled in price, which doesn't
really.
make a whole lot of sense to me. I mean, granted, I don't think we have too many pig farms down here, but at the same time, it's like there's no way it should be that pricey. But then if you want to buy chicken, I mean, chicken's cost is still way down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the chicken you want.
Well, it's
And say,
like housing materials too. Dangerous here
oh yeah,
to build
oh
a
god,
house is an
yeah.
extra 50, 60 grand in materials because a lot
No,
of the
actually,
yeah,
I don't know if you were on last night, but Zach's dad is. He um, he's got his own construction.
yeah.
Um, and so, anyways, I think Zach was saying that his price went up about $45,000 just
Per
in the
house.
last few
Yeah,
months because
that
of
sounds
all the
right.
extra cost. Yeah,
And
man.
also too, a lot of the fittings for houses here in Australia, it all comes from China. So everything's on shortage now. We've got in big warehouses where we buy products for houses or fittings or lightings or cable. Everything's there's a shortage of everything. So that's why, in a way, we rely too much on China. We should be manufacturing more in our own country, like America and
Absolutely.
Australia. We've
Mm.
got everything here. We should be doing it. We should be doing it. So yeah, it doesn't make sense. But what do you do? timber.
Oh man, it's sad. Back in 1987, I was working in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Bethlehem Steel had this huge plant up there. I'm talking parking lot like a mile and a half, 2 miles long.
Yeah.
That's how many people were employed at that place, and they shut it down. You drive by there, the windows are all broke out of the place, grass
Yeah.
growing up through the asphalt, and it's heartbreaking to see that shit, man. And,
Yeah.
and you know, it was 40 years ago, 35 years ago, and now we're feeling the pain from it.
Yeah.
Not doing it here.
Well, my dad told me he worked in a foundry. He did about 30 years of concreting in construction, and then he worked in a foundry, doing casting and that. All those jobs now have been taken over. They've all gone over to China. So
Yeah.
here in Australia is the same thing. So even the steel we produce, we've got probably one of the best, iron ore in the world in Western Australia, and that's all gets sent over to China to be melted and made into steel. Yeah, it doesn't. Just sad. It's just really sad.
And it won't be as good a steel as was made there.
No.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's like everything. Even the car manufacturers are doing the same thing, isn't it? Like I heard that BMW's gone over now to China. Like they're manufacturing all their prestige cars there now, and
I don't know.
Yeah, like all these, they all do it. All these manufacturers have gone there. So.
Man, you should have heard the ration of crap I got from my family, because my brother Tom, I mean, he's got one of those electric cigarette rolling injector machines.
Yeah.
And anyways, my sister was looking into it, and she's like, "It's made in China." And I'm like, "All right, well, find one that's not then, and buy that for me. I mean, I don't care where it's made as long as it works."
Yeah.
And we couldn't find one, which is kind of crazy that they couldn't find an American-made electronic injector machine. But, maybe the price is just so ungodly that, it's like, well, crap, if I can go out and spend $70 on one made in China that's going to work just as good, for half the price, it's like when we go to Walmart, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
But then again, like my local Walmart, it's my local marketplace. So we get like pretty much everything we buy is either produced in America or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to, like, you think about it. If you change the mentality of people and said, "Hey, would you pay a little bit extra to support your country," knowing that you're going to support jobs and the quality is a lot better too? Because to be honest with you, I buy things that are made there. You can't help it, but it doesn't last. It's not the same quality as what you produce in your own country.
Absolutely.
I think people would do it. I think people would come around if you know that you're supporting your own country. That's the truth.
And eventually, I think America will get back into that habit, especially if we have to go through like grids, like say our partial grid down type thing. A lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, no more of this relying on other countries for our power or product or anything." But I mean, it's going to take something drastic, because so many people are just either they don't even pay attention, or they're just like I said, they just want half the price.
People don't know how to survive. To be honest with you, Dangerous. They wouldn't know how to like grow veggies in a garden or kill an animal, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know how to do anything these days. So they're all
no clue.
No
clue.
Especially the young generation too. It's not. They wouldn't know how to do it.
And the thing is about take these cigarette machines for example. Can you even find something like that made in America these days?
That's just it.
Yeah.
And she searched. Can't even find it.
So if you got no choice, but then if you do have a choice, we ought to go with domestic products. and there going to be a little bit more, but I forget the figure, but it doesn't take many people watching what they buy to cost China billions of dollars. If you just like do it for 30 days,
Yep.
it doesn't take that many. I mean, millions, but compared to who's here.
And the thing is, Tom and Dangerous, that they're allowed to pollute 100.
Mhm.
Like they're not agreed upon anything. That's what I
No.
don't understand. Like,
No,
why are we signing up to something when it starts at the top, doesn't it? Like they're the big, manufacturers of the world.
I
They
mean,
pollute.
well, if you want to be technical about it, for the longest time, America has been the cleanest running country out of all the other countries.
Yeah.
You know,
We're
and
in
it's
Australia.
like,
we're
and
pretty
why are we the ones putting most into this Paris Accord? I'm glad Trump got us out of it, but I think
Mm.
Biden put us right back in it.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's all
I-
bullshit. That's all bullshit, mate. That's all about, you know what? It's all about grabbing
Money
taxpayers.
in that-
Oh yeah. Well, it's
That's what it
basically
is.
money laundering, as far as
It
I'm
is.
concerned. I mean, how does Nancy Pelosi have enough money to have 2 or 3 mansions in California, and
Yeah.
then just go buy another $3 million property in the Bay off Florida, which
That's right.
apparently she can't stand DeSantis, and she doesn't like the Floridian people because they're pro-American and anti-communism.
So
You
why
know,
she bought a house here then?
she's
Sure,
going to move
all
there.
along.
So
Enjoy
for a
the weather.
sunbaking. Terrible. Just
Yeah.
terrible. Nah.
I mean, they're all such hypocrites, but
Yeah,
they're not even hiding it anymore.
No.
They're not even hiding their hypocrisy anymore. So
Yeah, that's right. So they make a lie into truth and truth into a lie now. That's the narrative they're pushing. We
Oh,
have
yeah.
it here on TV. Yeah.
they've got the mainstream media backing them. So
Without question. Yeah.
I think people are waking up, but especially here, where a lot of people have had enough. They just talk rubbish, absolute rubbish, and yeah. What do you do, mate? I buy a lot of American T-shirts, like American cotton, spin cotton,
mhm.
very good quality, very very
Oh,
good
yeah.
quality.
Yep, I've got one on right now.
Yeah, I buy a lot of my T-shirts, rock T-shirts and stuff like that. They're made from Jersey cotton, which is really good quality, very durable and stuff. But yeah. Apart from that, it's about it.
Best
You
life.
enjoy fishing? Dangerous? Do you do fishing? Tom, you do fishing?
Yeah, there is fishing out here. But yeah, for me, it's kind of a boring sport. I prefer more of the hunting. I mean, and granted, hunting can be boring too.
Yeah.
But depending on where you go, it doesn't have to be all that boring. I mean, you can make it fun while you're
Yeah.
waiting.
No, I don't mind the old fishing.
I've had to
Catching
kind of
some.
slow down on fishing. I tell you, there's nothing I love more than being out on a flowing trout stream and
Hmm.
fooling an old trout into hitting a lure,
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm starting to get a little unsteady on my feet on these river rocks.
Mm.
And I figure if I take a fall out there, I'm going to lay there till somebody misses me, and that might never happen. So
yeah.
I have to
Well,
find.
we haven't seen Tom in 5 days. Maybe we
Yeah,
should call
what-
his wife and be like, "Hey, man,
I reckon somebody ought to go look for him.
Yeah. No. I don't mind going in the boat, go in the ocean.
The easier spots to get to aren't that much fun to fish. So there we go.
That's good.
Thank you, Independent.
Okay. So, doing much for Christmas time? Catch up with family?
yeah, probably not much more than we did on Thanksgiving. We'll get together and open presents over at my mom's, and then we just go about our own way. To me personally, I mean, Christmas is all right. Like I love hanging out with my family because we're all like-minded. you know,
Yeah.
and like we're all purebloods except for my kids. My kids went out and took the vaccine, but other than that, yeah, we're all like minded, and so I never have a problem going over there. And but New Year's Eve, that's the one I really enjoy because then I go up to my sister's neighborhood, and that's where people have nice houses, they've got money, and they stock up on their supplies. And just if I'm judging just by some of the fireworks that these people are setting off, I
Yeah.
can only imagine what they've got in their gun safes. Okay, because I mean they're setting off, professional grade um, grenades and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever you call
Awesome.
them, pyrotechnics. But yeah, they've got it down, and I mean these things are going off not even 20 feet. Dude, sometimes we got one neighbor right behind my sister's house, sets them off out in his yard. Those things go up, and when it goes boom, it makes the windows on my sister's house rattle.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, I mean, it's just like freedom for us. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, come and take them, motherfucker. Yeah, all right. So what? Technically, in Arizona law, we're breaking the law, but come and catch us. Cops never come out there, going door to door like, hey, you got any pyrotechnics here?
Oh, are they
No,
not legal out there?
Yeah, I was going to say, you're allowed to have them.
no,
Here,
no, we're not allowed.
Well, they're
Technically,
legal here in West Virginia.
in residential areas down here, anything that flies and can
yeah.
explode, you're not allowed to use down here.
Oh, wow.
Well,
I
Unless
guess
you
we got a
unless
way
you're
to do it.
permitted, and usually they do them in parks, bigger
Yeah.
parks.
Yeah.
And like out in Phoenix, they've got a huge one. Tempe's got a huge one.
Yeah.
But
What
yeah,
about drones? Are you allowed to have drones? Because here you get caught with a drone flying in residential area, you basically will be hit with a fine. You can do jail time if you're caught with drones. So the law's pretty strict on drones here. So I don't know over there. You're allowed to have
I,
drones.
I don't know. I've never really looked into it. I know
Yeah.
we have drones. I don't know about all the laws. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah.
I don't know how strict it is here. I know a lot of people have them and use them.
Yeah, I mean, you can buy them here. It's just that if you get caught, like for instance, like helicopter paths, like from hospitals, if you're flying one in the air at the same time, basically you could pretty much
Oh,
end
well,
up.
yeah. You
Yeah,
can't be interfering with other people's airspace.
yeah.
Mhm.
And we've had people actually drive
privacy.
the cars,
Or
having that
just
sort
their
of
privacy. Yeah.
yeah. It's quite
Like
they're quite dangerous.
if you fly your drone over a fence and then you spy into a neighbor's bedroom window and
Yeah.
see his
Can't
wife,
do that.
sitting there changing,
Hmm.
yeah, you'd get in some trouble for that, I'm sure. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I don't know all the guidelines on that, but
I had a buddy bring one up here several years ago and took all these aerial photographs of my property that I really appreciated. Um,
cool.
you know, my understanding is the airspace above my property belongs to me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Which means if there's an unwanted drone in
I
your
have a right to
airspace,
take him out.
absolutely.
So that's what I was going to ask you because with technology and in the future, obviously they're going to be using drones, like for the wrong purpose.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
what I'm
Well,
thinking
now, all right.
is,
So now you gotta keep this in mind.
yeah,
Military drones and personal drones are two different things. Personal
Mm.
drones only go up so high, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Whereas, the Air Force and stuff, their drones are above radar level. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? So,
okay, yeah,
there's a big difference there. And, do I believe that we should have the same equipment that our military has? Yes, absolutely. But but they don't see it that way because they're the government and they know what's best for us.
Where's Moose? Is he
He's back
In
out
the
in the
chat.
chat. He's been having some internet issues, but you
Oh,
know
okay.
what? We've been on for like an hour and a half,
No worries.
and I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end this one. I'm gonna grab myself a little snack here,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, I'll
about
probably, if you're on later, Dangerous, I'll pop in.
give me about half an hour, and
Yeah, man.
I'll be back up.
See you,
I
Tom.
appreciate the invite, man.
Yeah, thanks, Dangerous and Tom. Good to talk to you. I thought I'd come in and say quick hello.
It's always good to see you, Rick. Always.
Yeah, man.
Yep,
Take care. Stay safe.
absolutely.
See you guys.
Ron,
Keep your
I'll
faith
catch
in
up with
God's
you a
will.
little later, man.
Yeah, ciao.
All right, everyone. Thank you very much for coming and hanging out with us. And like I said, I'll see you in the After Dark. For some reason, I get more traction over on that channel. But anyways,